again, people, you look at the background, you see some basketballs. So you know it's a basketball show. We're gonna talk a little basketball real quick. So there you go. There it is. There we looking nice. Got that banner popping. We got your team here in the mix real quick. We're not gonna talk about Kyrie and him promoting the Hebrew to Negroes book and how that's called anti-Semitic. I'm not gonna mention that, bring that up, and talk about how people being disrespectful to Kyrie Irving right now. That's not what we're gonna say, Mark. What I wanted to talk about really is your team letting go of Ime Udoka officially. Like they said, look, buddy, we'll let you go to the Nets because the Nets fired Steve Nash, and they 2-5 right now. Are you surprised by the Nets letting go of Steve Nash so early?
No, I'm not. I mean, honestly, they've been having a lot of turmoil within that organization for quite some time. 1 minute Kyrie wants to play, next minute he doesn't. Next minute he's saying, who was it? It was the KD or Kyrie saying, "Oh, you got to fire Nash before I want to play." Just so you showing that you don't have a iron grip to, have a firm hand where they respect you enough to play for you. That's terrible news for Canadian Steve Nash. I mean, the Canadians are known to be nice. Maybe it was too nice. But I mean, honestly, I don't know how much of a change that's going to make.
Okay.
Because they're still them. I mean, Kyrie's still Kyrie.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Here's the thing, right? Now, we're interjecting your former coach who just took y'all in his rookie year to the finals. And he had to battle against this KD and Kyrie team. So to me, I feel like if you studied your opponent so much that you know how to really go at them, then you also know how to mask their flaws. So I'm thinking he's also studied your team because again he took y'all to the finals, so he knows y'all flaws and he knows how to make stuff work against you guys as well. So having Ime Udoka on this Brooklyn Nets team, I think it does help out. I think he also can help manage stars. The tricky part might be him and Kyrie. I think you got to earn that respect. But Ime Udoka does come off like the person who can gain respect. He seems more. I would respect him more off the bat probably than Steve Nash. Because it's like
don't do Nash like that.
Well,
man.
no.
The
reason why I say this is this: Steve Nash comes off as the guy who might be the nice guy, the one who's trying to get real personal with you. And Ime seems like, all right, maybe he don't play no nonsense. Like he seems like he gives me more of a Phil Jackson type of vibe, where like I feel like I feel confident in saying he can manage stars. Steve Nash just might know X's and O's, but I don't know if he really was going to manage the stars there. So that's what I'm expecting from Ime. If the Brooklyn Nets do eventually sign him, I know it's still under talks right now. It could happen. I'm thinking it's going to happen. I'm hoping it's going to happen. So if you guys meet in the finals, are you worried?
There's always that worry. I mean, for me, honestly, it's just whatever. I didn't agree with the whole suspension for a year, personal activities. I mean, everybody's of age. As long as you're 18 and up, who the hell cares? You know what I mean? It's not like he sat there and he kicked her out with a Celtics uniform on. Then I would understand that.
Apparently it was a rule in place. I personally don't agree with the rule, but I also can understand where people are coming from. Oh, from a position of power, you might try to
do it or don't though. Like unless you said that he forced himself on you, do it or don't. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like, where do we get off with a whole bunch of this moral stuff when we subjectively moral? This person can do X, Y, and Z, and okay, well, we're willing to overlook that because he's so and so. But then somebody who's doing stuff between two consenting adults, I don't get that. But okay, I'm not in the Celtics organization, but I think it's dumb to let an asset go over some vain morality here. But hey, if we end up losing to the Nets because of this blunder, then I will say it would serve our management right. Like, you learn a lesson. Just because somebody's doing some things between consenting adults that you had nothing to do with, let him go. Unless you know what I mean. Unless you just have personal biases against the man.
I
But
mean, I think it was a little personal because apparently the reports were it was with the VP's wife. So I mean, that might get a little tricky.
well, then that's Ime's fault, and like you get what you deserve. But then on the back end, that means he was selfish. So then we get him what So I don't know. That's a tricky situation to navigate there. In terms of defense for my boy Steve Nash, I mean, they're all adults. I mean, if the man trying to coach, let the man coach. He ain't just like a bum somebody who ain't done anything or haven't accomplished anything in the NBA from a player level. So you should be able to relate to him more and more on the player level, than just discarding them or just discrediting them. In my opinion, you know what I mean. That's like me. I could be making more money than a teacher or something like that. But if they're hired to teach me these lessons, why not just give them that modicum of respect to get the job done? So that's a personal feeling of mine. But we'll see. I'm excited to see how it all goes down. I might even get that NBA ticket this time.
Hey, you should.
Or what is it? Full court, front court, some shit like that.
You talking about NBA League Pass?
Yeah, that's what it is, man.
Oh yeah. Hey, I'm about to say like I'll definitely have you on a couple times too, or even just like shoot the script with you a little bit, and we can like stream a game or something like that, and like just chop it up a little bit. So yeah. So like we'll definitely because there's a bunch of basketball on. The season has been live, so I definitely got to make sure you stay up to date on a couple of teams. So we'll definitely get you plugged in. And I agree, like you say, it's a tricky situation. I'm just happy that Ime at the end of the day is getting another coaching job. I'm glad
I can go through.
I'm glad this is not going to blackball him from the NBA. Again, like I like to be moral, right? But this didn't necessarily have to come out. I felt like it could have been kept in-house, or if it did have to come out, you should have brought it up when it happened. Like I understand you're doing an investigation, but I know the investigation didn't take that daggone long. Like y'all knew
morality is subjective.
So you gotta keep the same energy across the board. So that's my personal stance on it. But I agree with you on some of those points as well. But Mark, I mean this was the end of the show. Unless you wanted to go over that video I had of the predictions for the rest of the football if you wanted to, but if not, we can save that for the second half of the video.
Oh, we can stay for the second half, man. I'll be in Italy, so I'll be living my international life. So I'll be reporting live on some real shit.
Exactly. International travels. So definitely make sure to get me a shot glass out there while you're out there too, boss.
I got you, bro.